Quality. But what exactly is it?
Okay, what have you got for me this time?
You can't tell me what to do, you ain't my mother! Yes, I am!
Nothing succeeds like excess.
I'm Peppa Pig.
Can you pass on from me? It's 4 no's.
So, from those clips I'm sure you figured I mean quality in terms of TV programmes. I want to look at how we define quality, who's responsible for ensuring quality, and ultimately who decides whether something is good quality or not. Let's take a look at just a few things that you can consider when judging whether something is good quality or not. Show's resources. Good script writing. Is it innovative? Is it emotive? Does it provoke curiosity? Clarity of purpose, relevance to us, seriousness, and audience reaction. Using this, I've applied it to 2 very different TV shows, EastEnders and Downton Abbey. Resources check. EastEnders have a decent set for the programme and can maintain that, whilst also having costumes for the actors and the cast and crew themselves. Good scripting check. One example of this is building suspense. EastEnders often have secrets scripted between characters, and through a series of weeks or months, hints will be dropped in episodes. Also, the programme sometimes covers taboo issues, and due to the scheduling, these have to be scripted with care. Innovativeness. This one can be argued either way because although they come up with new storylines and introduce new characters, it is still a soap opera with large similarities to others. Emotiveness, check. Provokes curiosity, check. An example being the build-up of Whodunit, where Archie's killer would be revealed. There was a lot of speculation and the show kept people guessing by showing different characters' potential motives. Clarity of purpose, check. Its purpose is to entertain its audience. Using Bloomer and Katz's uses and gratifications theory, we can see that audiences will gain a sense of self from watching a show with relatable characters, an element of surveillance, a need to follow their lives, and a sense of escapism by following the stories. Relevance, check. The programme covers a range of topical issues, such as child abuse, death, and the effects of the economic climate. Seriousness, check. The show often covers serious issues that have been mentioned before. Audience reaction, check. So it appears overall that looking at that list of criteria, EastEnders is in fact a good quality programme. Now, I could be highly criticised by Downton fans for saying this, but I would argue, in terms of quality, EastEnders and Downton Abbey are very similar given that list of criteria. Resources, check. It's clear to see that Downton Abbey has amazing resources, with beautiful costumes and the use of Highclere Castle, as well as the cast and crew members. Good scripting, check. Downton's scripting allows audiences to easily follow the story of several different characters and uses language appropriate to the time and that of the different classes represented in the programme. Innovativeness, check. The programme always keeps audiences engaged with different storylines and different character journeys to follow. However, like EastEnders, there are other period dramas. Emotiveness, check. Provokes curiosity, check. Clarity of purpose, check. Much like EastEnders, Downton's purpose is to entertain its audience and, to a certain extent, educate them about a life from a different time. Once again, using Bloomer and Cat, I would say that audiences would use Downton primarily as a means of escapism, but also as a method of surveillance, watching the lives of the family and their servants. Relevance. This is arguable because although it is set in a different time, characters are still faced with problems that we can relate to today, such as money troubles, death, and family quarrels. Seriousness, check. Again, serious issues are covered in the show, and above that, production values are very high. Audience reaction, check. So you see, in terms of quality and that list of criteria, these 2 very, very different shows are actually very similar. So who's responsible for ensuring quality? I believe that ultimately the responsibility is down to the producer, as in their job description it states they are to oversee every element of the production. However, some would argue that a good quality television programme lies in its success. If this is the case, the responsibility would lie with the audience for which the programme has been produced for. And finally, who decides if it's a good quality piece or not? Critics are supposed to decide what is good quality or not, and report it back to potential audiences in the way of a review. However, on several occasions, Audiences have disagreed with what a critic has said, and the programme has gone on to have great success. One example being Andrew Billen, TV critic for The Times. He reviewed the first episode of State of Play and disliked it. However, the nation loved it and it went on to become a Hollywood film. Overall, it seems quality is a far more complex term than it appears, and there is a lot to consider when talking about the quality of even a single programme.